What's going on, guys? Come on in here. Do a little live today. Trying out this little live session today about those Cleveland Browns. Street Talk Sports here. Super special on your line. Let's talk about it in a minute. See what we got. See what we got. Trying to live out just one time today. See how it works out for me. Yes, sir. How you doing? Come on in. Street Talk Sports. Super special. We Browns over here, man. Shador Sanders. Trying to talk about those Browns, see what you guys really think, what they really, what they really looking like, what they really gonna do. You know, just want to get some street opinions. Call it the street peeps. Just want to see what they really talking about, man. Me myself, yeah, I'm thinking a good season for the Browns. I'm looking at a glass half full type of situation. I ain't being all negative, man. I ain't being like the Cleveland clown show over there. The media, Cleveland media, man. Some of those guys, man. Rizzo Bull, Jason Lloyd, some of those guys, man. They're really all right sometimes. So Rizzo, he kind of, I kind of don't, he kind of up and down, man. I don't know what's up with Rizzo. So, yeah. But yeah, man, I just want to see how this works, see if it works out or whatever. And see what you guys think about these Browns, man. What y'all feeling like they gonna do, you know? What y'all feeling like they gonna do? Cleveland Browns. What should Drew Sanders gonna look like? What he's gonna look like? But anyway, yeah, man, we feel like that over here anyway. Me personally, I just want to see what you guys think about as far as Coach Monken, as far as Coach Monken, how he's gonna do with his staff and how he's gonna do with the with what he has. You know what I mean? Which is his offensive coordinator, Travis Switzer, defensive coordinator Mike Rudenberg. But Rudenberg, man, he's not that far off from Schwartz. I don't think personally. So I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. Travis Switzer, yeah, I think he's okay. I think he was over the running game over at Baltimore. He's been in Baltimore for like they anywhere from 7 to 8 years, I think, something like that. But he's been there for a while, so he knows Monken. They know each other, so that should work also. So, but what do you guys think? What do y'all think? What do y'all think it's gonna be? How do y'all see it playing out? You know, short term and long term. For the Browns and Coach Monken. I mean, I like Coach Monken. I think he was the perfect hire for this team. Him being an older guy, him being a more seasoned guy. And he's an older guy, but he knows how to relate to the young guys. He knows how to get the best out of young guys. He can speak their language, as they call it. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's a very he's a cool coach, but he's a no nonsense coach also. So that's a big thing. The no nonsense part about it. What that gets me. I like that part about it, man, because he's likable, but he's serious also. So, but yeah, man, and I was thinking about what do you guys think what are some of the strong points of them going into the season? What would you say some of the strong points would be? Me, I think it's more on the defensive side right now. And I think it'll be from that linebacker core, Switzer and Quincy Williams. I think that'll be where it starts the biggest there. Of course, Jared Verse is over there now, so he's going to definitely step in and be a plus, a positive. So, with that defense, I think that's going to be the strongest asset starting out still. And I know a lot of people think it's going to fall off because of Garrett. Miles Garrett is gone. But like I say, man, if you follow Verse, if you watch film on him, he's a very athletic guy. He plays from side to side. He's a good run stopper, which we need, because last year they had a 3 games that, man, they run this man, they kind of ran all over us, man. So he'll be a good asset, man. Like I say, if he get us anywhere from, I say, uh 10 to 12 sacks, we'll be okay. No, we won't fall off that much as far as the defensive side of the ball goes. But if he can do that, which I feel like that's easy attainable for him, so we'll see how that goes. What do you guys think about that? What do y'all feel he would do on that side of it? You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I see him all day getting 10 sacks. I mean, all day long, all day long getting 10 sacks. So we'll see how it goes with him, though. Yeah, so let me see here. Anyway, like that. Streaming. Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm just trying this live thing out. But anyway, so in the first the offense goes, what about the offense? How do y'all really feel like the offense will do? And you gotta understand, people want to look at all the negative side. Nobody want to look at anything positive. So with anything, you have a good and a bad. You had positive stuff, although they played, not well last year, but there was still a lot of positive moments. So can we sometime look at the positive moments? That's all I'm saying. And a lot of the media there, they don't want to see any positive. Like, and that's amazing to me. How you don't want to see any positive from your team? And like I say, the offense for sure, we can look at it with just what they did last year and say, what would be the positive this year from the offense? And two things sticks out to me: the running back room, Quinshon Jenkins, and Samson. Samson's underused. He won't be this year. He will fit in. He will do a good job. I guarantee you that. And then Harold Fanning Jr. If you look at those 3 guys, you gotta see the positive there, which is some. It is definitely some. It's a lot, to be honest with you. So starting out with that, and then of course, everybody will talk about the quarterback position. How will that play out? So, I think all this other stuff together is going to help them with Todd Monken and how he call plays. The running game will help, and like I say, the defense, I mean the offensive line will be better, right? Right, guys? It has to be better. Can't be worse. And if you just look at it with the numbers on paper, it looks better. So with it looking better on paper, those guys come out and play some of those veterans they acquired. Who they have that offensive line looks like they got left tackle Spencer Fano. He's probably going to start. You got Jones there, left guard. You got Zion Johnson and Tevin Jenkins. Those guys should play well. Center Ellington Jenkins and what's the other guy named Brasford or something like that. Of course, another name Wimpler. So I mean, they got enough to play decent, and that's what we need. We need them to be a step up from what they were last year, and they will do that. There's no way they can play like they played last year. A lot of those guys are older. These guys are younger. They contributed a lot from where they came from, and then the young rookies are looking real good in camp. So they have to play better. There's no way they don't play better. You know what I'm saying? And then, so the offensive line will be better. The receiving core, what you guys think, it will be better, right? Yeah. So all this is going to help that quarterback position. Receiving core, we got a lot of people don't think Jerry Judy will play better. I do. I think with the talent around him, with not so much pressure on him to be number one, I think his numbers will look totally different. You know what I'm saying? Then the way Monken schemes, I think he'll look totally different. But you got Boston, you got KC Concepcion. All those guys are going to contribute. And then what I tell people, what I'm gonna be watching for is Bond. Bond looks very good. He looks bigger. He still look fast. So Bond should be a good addition to that whole room. So, we got the running back room. It's going to play good. Played good last year. Got the wide receiver rooms. It's better. It should be a lot better because of the offensive line. So, and then the quarterback, he just has to play some consistent football and not turn the ball over. And we've seen if it's Shador, which I think is going to be, you know, they're still competing. But me personally, I think it's going to be him, which he's shown in his career he can take care of the ball. You know, in Colorado, man, he took care of the ball. You know, I mean, his last year, I think he may have had 9 interceptions or something like that. But you know, year before that, maybe had 3, 4. So he knows how to take care of the ball. He goes down deep very accurately. So he will play better, man. I know a lot of people criticize him, and you see he got in the game and he played decent from for what was around him at the time. You know, he could have played better, of course. He had no reps really and no really development. So of course he could have played better. We all know he could have played better. But from what he was dealing with and what he went through, I would say he did pretty good. He did pretty good. So we're just gonna look at what's around him and expect for him to do better. And like I say, second year guys is proven fact that 70 to 75% of those guys or quarterbacks play better the second year. Hands down, they do. So he will be better. He's been working hard. He's been in camp almost the whole season. And you know, he's ready. You know, and like I say, I think him and Todd Monken, from the time Monken got there, I think they've been in the room together a lot more than what they're letting on. I mean, no, of course they tell us that they have, but I think it's been even more than what we know as far as Shador and him goes. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's familiar with that playbook. I think he has it down, you know what I'm saying? And they've said plenty and plenty of times, all the things he needed to correct and grow on, he's done it. He's done it. And they said it's a high level, you know. They're really amazed at the growth he's had at all those things. You look at everything they said he needed to grow with last year, all those things this year, they're saying he has improved tremendously is the exact word they've been using with him. So that itself, man, if you guys can't get excited about that, I don't know, man. Seem like a bunch of haters to me, but you know, that's just me personally. I mean, because if it's your team and you're rooting for them, why not look at positive things? Why do you have to be so negative about everything? Like there's no positive nowhere in the room on the team. Come on, man. You don't like the coaches. You think he's gonna be one and done. Daryl. I mean, to me to say Todd Monken to ask that question over and over and over again, and he hasn't coached one down in the NFL, man, that's crazy to me. Like a coach of his status, and he's shown even in college, he's won 2 natties with a quarterback who really wasn't that skillful. Like, you know what I mean? But it's the play calling, it's the adjustments, it's the attention to detail, and that's what he is. So you automatically know this team, if you look at all the upgrades, stuff I'm naming here, plus the coaches will be better. So you got the coaches will be better, running backs gonna be good, the wide receiver room will be better, the offensive line will be better, the defense still should be good. So how can you not look at it and say you're gonna have a better season? You still think they're gonna go and you guys are picking them to win 3 to 5 games, and they won that last year with all this crazy stuff and this stuff was going on. So how can you not feel like they're gonna be better than that? Crazy work, man, for you guys to be like that there over in Cleveland, man. You know, and then another thing, their schedule. Their schedule is one of the best in the NFL this year. They got favorable schedule. I think the second highest or something like that, if not the first. Man, the guys played 9 games, 9 1 o'clock. I mean, 9 games on the road, right? Which is, you know, that's not bad. But they played 14 games played on Sunday at 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock p.m. 14 games. That's huge. You know, the 1 o'clock games are the good games. You know, those are games that teams like to play, you know, for whatever reason, you know, those teams love those 1 o'clock games. So that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think what is it, week 4, they play the Steelers at about 8:15, week 4. So that'll be a good game. It's a prime time game, I think it is. I can't wait to see that game. That'll be a nice game there. That'll be nice. And by then We should see who we should know what this quarterback room is looking like and who it's going to be, whatever. To me, hopefully it's off the rip that it should do, because I stand on what I say. If they start Shador week 1, they are guaranteed to win at least 10 games if they start him week 1. You know, and my lowest for those guys is 7 games, but it depends on when Shador comes in there. But it's at least I think they'll still do 7. And I'm not just saying that Watson is going to be horrible and like that. If they're saying they're still close, if the competition is still even close, what reason would you have to play him? Why won't you go to Shador? This the youth movement. The young hungry dogs. The fans want to see it. I mean, the team buys into him. They follow him. He's a good leader, good character. I mean, the upside is way better. Why wouldn't you go with that if they're even close? You know what I'm saying? Which, I've seen some of the practices and some of the throws, and I've seen Washington drop some dimes, but I see him throw a whole lot of balls 6 and 7 yards over people's heads. A lot of that. You didn't see that with Shador. Shador was more consistent. Watson had some good plays, and Watson looked good. And if you listen to the most thing they say about Watson, his physical ability, he looks good like that. Of course, he hasn't played in years. Of course, he's going to look good like that. But that's before any hitting and any real movement, because, see, you getting out the way out there now when there's no real threat is going to be totally different when you have to really move and your body, has to be asked to do a little more. Because the game speed, like I tell y'all, is totally different from what y'all seeing out here. Game speed, oh man, it's totally different. So that's what you're going to want to see. You're going to want to see that game speed. What is that going to look like? What is that game speed going to look like to him? See, that's the big question that everybody wants to know. We can talk all this shorts and t-shirts and him doing whatever. And that's the thing. You talking shorts and t-shirts and it still don't look that pretty a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it just makes sense, man. No matter how you look at it, no matter how well he could play, do you really think he's gonna be here after next year? Do you really think that? No way you can believe that. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. He's not going to be here. So why hold up the progress of this young movement that you're doing? Everything, the timeline is set to go into that new stadium with all these young guys, man. If you find your quarterback in Shador Sanders, just think about all the stuff that really lets up for you to be able to do if you find him, which it isn't if you find him, it's if you let him, because right now he's there. So he's there and he's shown he can be it. So we just gotta let him be it and let him grow. Like all these other young quarterbacks, they get in there and get to learning and get to growing. Even Cam Ward. Look at him when he started last year. His first, say, 4 games or whatever, he didn't look that good. But as the season went on, he got better. You know what I'm saying? And he got better. And Shador played just as well as him in a lot of ways in games. You see what I'm saying? With less to work with as far as the reps, as far as the practices and all that. So he wasn't giving you the whole thing, the whole off season like those guys were. So come on, guys, let's be let's be kind of excited about what it could be, looking at that, instead of what you think it can't be. It's just as easy to be positive as it is to be negative. You know what I'm saying? It's just where you want to be. But a lot of you guys just really don't want Shador there for whatever reason. And I'm like, why do so many people so-called hate Shador so much when he's such a likable guy? Which he's not one of those guys you're gonna see all out here there doing dumb things, getting on the mic saying dumb things. You know what I'm saying? He's not that kind of a guy. He's a guy that's gonna be in your neighborhood doing positive things at your schools, visiting kids. You know what I'm saying? He's that guy. He's a give back guy. Don't smoke, don't drink, don't party. He don't do none of that. The guy just plays football, plays football and believes in himself and his abilities. He's confident in himself and who he is. Who doesn't want that in their quarterback? Who don't want that in anybody on any level, to be confident? You know what I'm saying? You think Michael Jordan wasn't confident? and slightly cocky, you have to be. Kobe Bryant, confident, slightly cocky, you have to be. Those kind of players, you have to thrive like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to believe when nobody else does. You have to be that person who wants the ball at the end of the game. You have to be that person that tells your teammate, come on, let's do this. You have to be him. Guys, Shadur, he's him. He's done it. He's done it plenty of times. So let's start looking at this thing a glass half full and just see what it does, man. But I was asking someone the other day, I was asking what do they think the blueprint was for this season. And me, when he asked me what I said is something totally different from what he thought I was gonna say, because of course I think finding the quarterback is a big thing for this season. Finding the quarterback, right? But the biggest part, the blueprint to me, is that offensive line and that defensive line. Because when they play well, when they do their job, oh man, everybody else's job become easy. When that offensive line and that defensive line do their job, I guarantee you this is a winning season. Hands down, makes everybody else's job easier. That's a guarantee. Everybody's job will be easier. So let's see what it do, man. Let's get in there and see what it do. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm excited, man. But anyway, yeah, I'm just starting this thing out, just trying to do this little live, trying to figure it out, seeing how it works out or whatever. But anyway, hey man, I wish you guys would get in the comments and get in there and chat it up with me and let me see what you guys really think about this season. How do you really think it's gonna go? As far as from start to finish, like what do you guys really expect? Because me, I'm telling you guys, Shedeur Sanders, I expect for him to be starter day one. I expect that. And if it is, I expect for this team to win 10 games, at least 10 games. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I expect for that defense to be just as stellar. I don't expect for them to fall off much with Jared Verse in there. I really don't, the way he plays. Because beforehand, now when Miles first left, before I really watched film on him and really saw the character, the leadership, and how he handles himself amongst his teammates, I looked at it totally different then, because I had saw him play, but until I really watched film on him and saw how he moved, oh, he's a straight run stopper. And he's from side to side. He never quits. He one of those kind of players. Miles trying to go get that quarterback. That was his main thing, which he done it well. And no knock on him. He did what he did. But you got difference in players, and the difference is he plays from side to side. He never quits on the play. You know what I'm saying? He's like that. And he's more of a run stopper than Miles. Now, Miles did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. So, we're not knocking him at all. I love Miles. I like how he played. I like what he brought. People didn't like it and, try to say he wasn't a vocal leader like this or that. He was who he was. He led on that field. Once he got on the field, he's 120%. He gave you that every night. So, nothing negative or bad to say about him. But I think that defense will hold up and show up. I really do believe that. So overall, I think this whole situation, guys, we will be okay. This team will be okay. I guarantee you, if they start off with number 2, I see it going very well. I see it going very well, y'all, because I know what he's going to do. I know how he thinks. I know how he moves. The moment, it's not too big for him. When he steps up there at his 39, it's not too big for him. He feels like every time he's gonna get it done. When you gotta drive, the length of the field in a minute. He knows he can do it. He feels like he's gonna do it. He feels like he's gonna win. But guess what? By him feeling like that, everybody around him starts to feel that. That's what he brings to the organization. That's what he brings inside that locker room into guys, man. Everybody feel like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't call him grown for no reason, man. The guy, he does his homework. And, a lot of these guys try to say he was like this. Jason Lloyd try to, put that thing out there like he don't know what he's looking at. It can't read, man. Stop playing with me, man. You don't grow up in the house with a Hall of Famer who played defense and you can't read defense. Make no sense. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. It's not. You can't. No way. You know what I'm saying? Now, did he have a learning curve coming into the NFL? What rookie didn't or wouldn't? Of course he had a learning curve. Of course he probably had to learn how to watch this different ways, learn how to look at stuff different ways. Of course. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, it's called developing. It's called growing. He's gonna have all that. But do he have every tool to be a number one quarterback on his team? Does he have that? Ask yourself that. He have size is good enough. His arm strength, he can make every throw. His speed is good enough, and it's way quicker than what they thought. And when you get on the field, his football speed is different. I mean, he's not Lamar Jackson. No, he's not that. But hey, he's good enough to get out the way and outrun some people and get first down. He showed that in the 7 games he played. He ran he got I think he scrambled for I think like 12 first downs or something like that. And Cam Ward's supposed to be faster than him. He played the whole season, probably only scrambled for 11. I think it was 11. So you see what I'm saying? So all these narratives, man, we've been debunking this stuff all season, man, all off season. So it's not real. A lot of it is just all talk, man. It's not really real when you look at it. You know what I'm saying? And you've heard him breaking down plays. When he come to the sideline, if Kevin Stefanski was coming to the sideline when he was coming out of the game, which he never talked to, man, I watched this the whole season with Kevin Stefanski, and I promise you, I watched every game. I seen Kevin Stefanski talk to Shador in a game one time. One time out of all that, I saw him interact with him one time. That's not normal, man. That's not normal. Especially if you got a rookie, if you got a guy you putting in there, you know he hasn't had any reps, he hasn't had anything. You ain't saying nothing to him on the sideline. You ain't going over trying to lift him up. You ain't going to try to see what he's thinking, try to see. You ain't doing none of that. You ain't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's not normal. It's not normal. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Kevin Stefanski's gone. He's over there in Atlanta. Let him do his thing. Hey man, we got a good coach in Coach Monken, and we finna see what he do. And I know it's gonna do well. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Still trying to figure this thing out. Got a lot to grow on with this thing, but hey, I'm here. I'm gonna do the doggone thing. And I ain't going nowhere, man. Street talk. We here. Peace out.